Ladies and gentlemen, strap yourselves in because the financial world is about to get rocked. If you want to know how it all ties together, make sure to watch this video until the end, smash the like button, and I hope by the end of this video, you do become a subscriber. The ECB recently published new details about their CBDC. Around 70 market players, merchants, fintech firms, startups, banks, and other payment service providers joined the Digital Euro Innovation Platform to explore innovative payment solutions with the digital euro. I will be diving into what all these updates mean. I also have more details linking XRP to this and even connections to institutions like the Bank of France. Alright, XRP community, let's get this going with some breaking news from the European Central Bank. They just announced that 70 market participants, merchants, fintech firms, banks, payment providers are on their digital euro innovation platform. This is huge. They're testing new payment systems with a central bank digital currency or CBDC, and Ripple's partners are all over this like rice is white. If you take a glance at this list, and I have it right up here, you will see names like Exabank, Quant, QNT, and Coty, and they're not just minor players, they're attached to Ripple's network. I'm not going to read all of the names out, but trust me, the ECB is due to decide by the end of 2025 whether or not to roll out the digital euro pending approval by Parliament. If they sign off on this, it's an absolute game changer for crypto adoption across all of Europe. The twist? The French central bank is publicly calling for XRP to be the basis of the digital euro. They've put the XRP ledger through every test imaginable, cross-border payments, settlement, and they know it's built for this. Speed, security, low fees, XRP has it all. Matthew Linney, a well-known crypto voice, tweeted, "Digital Euro Partners list directly mentions Quant. That's not hype, that's facts. Some skepticism online are such as, where is the XRP proof? No link. Okay, I get it. Not all press releases yell XRP, but the links are inescapable. The Bank of France has been testing out XRP for years, and Ripple's customers are committed to this venture. The ECB head, Christine Lagarde, has even called Ripple and Stellar disruptors in finance. When the ECB boss name drops you, you're doing something right. There's also chatter about centralization in older reports saying XRP is too centralized for CBDCs. That's outdated noise. The XRP's ledger node structure gives banks the control they need without sacrificing security or speed. It's why France is all in. If the ECB picks Ripple for the digital euro, we're talking about a tsunami of institutional money flooding into XRP. Hold that thought. We'll get to what this means for prices later. Let's shift gears to something that's got me hyped. Tokenization. The world's financial assets, stocks, bonds, treasury bills are going digital, and the XRP ledger is front and center. Chad Steingraber dropped a bombshell on X saying the DTCC, which clears every US stock market trade, is going all in on tokenizing securities. They're working with XRP, HBAR, XLM, Ethereum, and others, but I'm betting XRP and HBAR will lead the pack. Why do you ask?
The first things that we need is asset portability. That's not all of interoperability, but that's a big piece, and that's the piece we need now. And one possibility is the XRP ledger as a trading hub across blockchains with the DEX, the payment engine, pathfinding, the various different XRP ledger features that enable the movement of assets. In fact, one of the very first applications on the XRP ledger in the very, very early days was as a way to move Bitcoin faster and cheaper. Issued assets enable, remote assets that are based on different chains along with bridges. So I think that's an extremely important step towards interoperability, but it's just one piece. The industry has a long way to go. But if we want mass adoption, users are going to have great experiences. We have to solve interoperability problems. The XRP ledger could be a token bridge for asset portability, but that's not the whole solution.
The XRP ledger is embedded with a decentralized exchange, DEX, a payment engine, and pathfinding tech that facilitates asset transfers between blockchains seamlessly. The CTO at Ripple, David Schwartz, said the XRP ledger can function as tokenized assets, stablecoin, and digital currencies trading hub. It has done this since it came into being, faster and cheaper transfers than Bitcoin. Let's talk numbers. The global bond market is $140 trillion US, treasury bills $28.6 trillion, corporate bonds another $50 trillion. Even 5% of that hits the XRP ledger, we're looking at billions in daily volume. Ripple's already partnered with Ondo and Open Eden and BlackRock sniffing around. This isn't sci-fi, it's happening now, and it's not just bonds. Real-world assets like property, art, and even GameFi NFTs are going on-chain. The volume on XRP Ledger is through the roof, 140 million right now. Graham Rodford, COO of ArcX, is predicting 30 to 50 trillion on the XRP Ledger in a few years' time. That's not me talking. That's a bloke building on the ledger. Ripple's also got skin in the game with their stablecoin RLUSD, now trading on Gemini. It's perfect for selling trades and adding liquidity. Picture this: hedge funds moving billions from the US to Japan to London in a blink. No SWIFT, no delay, no 1 to 4% fees. The XRP ledger makes that possible, and banks are gobbling it up. Now let's talk about the market that is gigantic in relation to them all. Derivatives. This is a 600 trillion to 1.4 quadrillion behemoth, and Ripple is walking headfirst into it. The CME Group, the worldwide leader in derivatives marketplaces, just teamed with Ripple to add XRP to futures trading. This is institutional money on steroids. Standard Chartered, another Ripple partner, is also investing into EU crypto derivatives under SC Ventures. Alright, XRP family, XLM army, HBAR crew, here's the moment you've been waiting for: price talk. I will give you my take based on the data. Let's break down the catalysts and what XRP could do in 2025 and beyond. First of all, we have the XRP Spot ETF. If an XRP Spot ETF is approved in 2025, we could have $5 billion to $20 billion of new liquidity drop onto the XRP ledger with market cap multipliers. Think 25x to 100x, something we've already seen in crypto. This could push XRP to $100 or $200 in the best case scenario. Catalyst number 2 would be tokenization. If 5% of the $124 trillion global stock market moves on the XRP ledger, that's $6.2 trillion in value. At the 25x multiplier, we're talking $5,000 per XRP. Now let's talk about the fourth catalyst: SWIFT and FX markets. SWIFT handles $5 trillion a day, but it charges high fees. Ripple is quicker and penny costing technology. If Ripple takes 10 to 50% of SWIFT's volume, XRP can reach $125 to $200. So my 2025 price prediction: if the ETF materializes, tokenization accelerates, and supply tightens, $15 to $30 is possible in my opinion. Ideally, we reach $100 to $200. Given Ripple's penetration in the market, Google Ventures, CME, Banco Santander, Morgan Stanley, I personally am playing the high side. Long-term 2030 can be thousands per XRP if adoption keeps trending up. Now let's talk about Ripple's unmatched ecosystem. Why is Ripple the king of crypto? Their partnerships are unmatched. Morgan Stanley calls XRP revolution in payments, a faster, cheaper replacement for SWIFT, and Bitstamp integrating with top banks via Robinhood. We stand at a crossroad, you guys. Quantum computers are on the horizon and SWIFT's weakness stands out. The XRP ledger is the solution: secure, SWIFT, and bank ready. The US financial system is the largest in the world, and when trust wavers, crypto fills the gap. Distributed ledger technology is being stress tested like never before, and Ripple's showing the way. But here's the catch: you have to be early. If you learned anything new, share this video, tap the like button so the algorithm can push this out to everyone who needs to see this, especially. If you want to long or short XRP, go to Wynand Crypto, and on this video, you're going to find a link to sign up to BTCC to be able to trade Bitcoin and XRP and other cryptocurrencies. And you guys, with BTCC and only my BTCC link, you can get a limited time $10,000 bonus on your first deposit. This is where I open all of my long positions and all of my trades. I think it's a fantastic place to be trading, so make sure to use my link down in the description below if you want to sign up and start trading XRP. I would be really thankful if you guys support my small channel with just moving your funds from your old trading platform to BTCC and then just racking in that huge bonus. It helps you and me. And if you own XRP, do your part, show your support. I love you all, and I will see you very soon. Until the next time, Wynand Crypto out.